Good morning, everyone. Yes, good morning, everyone. A very good morning. Shall we begin the session? Yeah, this is exactly 4 o'clock as per the IST. All right, so wait for others. Today's topic is chapter number 6, Java variable types. All right. Now, when we say about the Java variable type that is used, so when we say about the variable that provides a storage within the program by which we can manipulate. So variable provides a name storage in the sense area or the location in which we can store the values. So the storage area, that is a variable, and we can also manipulate over there. And this one important thing is that these values or their values will vary in the program. So this is not that it is fixed in every program. Each variable in the Java has a specific type. That means it is of the int, float, anything which determine the size and the layout of the variable memory, the range of the values that can be stored within that memory, and the set of the operations that is used that can be used in operation that can be applied to the variables. Now this is the data type, this is the variable, then value, variable name, value, value, value. So this is the data type variable that can be issued within the data that can be issued within the requirement. So this is the structure, or this is the syntax of this one variable. This is the data type, then there is a variable, then that is defined with the value, then variable value. The data type is one of the defined data type or Java data type, and this is the name of the variable. And to declare more than one variable of the specific type, you can use a comma operator. That means, for example, if I want to declare more than one data type that is required, so that is used with the one of the data types, that is, for example, int a comma b. A and b are the variables of the integer type. That means both are of the integers type we can use, and so this is used to declare more than one variable of the specific type we can use, or you can use a comma separated list. Now these are the various or the valid examples of the variable declaration and the initialization in the Java. This is the ABC, then a equals to 20, b equals to 10. Sorry, a equals to 10, b equals to 10. That means both have a value 10 and 10. Then b equals to 22. This declares three variables, three int a, b, and c. And this next is example of the initialization. We are initializing the value of the a equals to 10, b equals to 10. Then b equals to 22. Then pi equals to 3.1415. Char a equals to a. So this is the char variable that is listed or initialized with the value a. Now this chapter will focus or will explain the variable type available in the Java language, and there are three kinds of variable in the Java that will be used. One is a local variable, one is a instance variable, one is a class oblique static variable. These local variables are declared in the method, constructors, or the blocks. Now these are created when the method, constructor, or the block is entered, and the variable will be destroyed once it exits the method. So once it exits the method, constructor, or the block, it will be defined, it will be reused for the variable, it will be reused for the local variables. Then next is access modifiers cannot be used for the local variables. That means access modifier in the sense whatever the data, whatever the scenario that will be used or that cannot be used. Access modifier cannot be used for the local variable. We cannot judge, we cannot identify the local variable that will be defined within the local variations. So when the method is used, constructor is defined, variable is given. So only when it is exits or only when it exits the method, constructor, or the block. Then local variables are visible only within the declared method, constructor, or the block, and these are implemented at a stack level internally. So local variables are implemented, they are used at a stack level or stack level internally, and there is no default value for the local variable. So local variables should be declared and an initial value should be assigned before the first use. So this will be used before the first use. This could be declared with the initial values that will be used. For example, when I declare int a equals to 10, b equals to 10, that means both a and b are of the integer type and both are assigning the value as a 10 and the 10. Now here age is a local variable. This is defined inside the put age method and its scope is limited to this method only. This is the public class test. Public void put age, then int age equals to 0, age equals to age plus 7. So we are declaring the age as a 0 first of all, then we are initializing or we are incrementing the values by the 7, and this is stored in again the age. So age variable, whatever the value that is available in the age, that will be increased by the 7. So age equals to age plus 7, then system.out.println puppy ages plus age. Now for in the Java program, if I want to show the value of the variable, that will be defined by the plus age. This is public static void main string args test equals to new test dot put age. Now we are declaring, or we are we can say the defining the or declaring the function that is the test dot put age function. So this will produce the following result: puppy age is 7. Now this example uses the age without initializing it, so it will give an error at the time of the compilation. So when a space is allocated for the object in the heap, a slot for the each instance variable is given, that is defined. Instance variable are created when an object is created with the use of the keyword new, and destroyed when the object is destroyed. So it is available when it is used, when it is destroyed, it is again destroyed. An instance variable holds the value that must be referenced by more than one method, constructor, or the block, or essential parts of an object state that must be present throughout the class. So this is available within the class, throughout the class, whatever the method, whatever the constructor, whatever the block that will be used. Then instance variable can be declared in the class level before or after the use. Then access modifiers can be given for the instance variables. And these are the visible for all the methods, constructors, and the block in the class. Normally it is recommended to make these variables private. So it is recommended that we should use these variable as a private, that is the access level. However, visibility for subclasses can be given for these variable with the use of access modifiers, and they also have a default values. And for the numbers, the default value is 0. For the boolean, it is either true, it is either false, or it is either null. And these are also assigned during the declaration or within the constructors. An instance variable can be accessed directly by calling the variable name inside the class. So we can call the variable name inside the class. However, within the static class, static method, static declaration, the different class, when the instead class are given accessibility, that should be called using the fully quantified method. This is the object reference dot variable name. So whatever the reference variable, whatever the name that is given, so this is the object reference dot variable name. Now this is the import java dot input output public class employee. Now public string name, public private double salary, public employee, string employee name, name equals to emp name, then public void set salary double emp salary. So we are using as a public employee, that is for the string name, also declaring one of the function. Then the public void set salary double salary or the double emp salary. Then salary equals to emp sal. And the public void print emp. This is system.out.println name. We are defining the name, and the name is plus name. So for the storing the value, for defining the value, we are using the name. And the salary variable is assigned a value, that is public void set salary. If we are defining the set salary as a double emp salary, now emp salary is assigned to the salary. So that means salary contains the emp salary. Whatever the variable, or whatever the variable value that is stored in the emp salary, that is stored in the salary variable. The next is the public void print or print emp. This is another function that is used. The system.out.println name is name and the salary is plus salary. Then this is void main function. This is emp1 equals to new employer Ransika. This is set salary is 1000. That means we are supplying the values. Now the name of the employee is Ransika and the salary is 1000. This is for the printing. Printing means for displaying on the screen. This is the name is Ransika and the salary is 1000. Next is the class oblique static variables. So they are also known as a static variable that are declared within the keyword static in the class but outside a method or the. Next part is a class or the static variable. So whenever we declare the static variable, these values cannot be changed. One is a normal variable that is declared like int a and b or int a comma b. That is a normal variable. Yes, these variables are defined whose values are changed within the program, within the execution of the program. Now the class or the static variable that are declared, that are known as a static variable, they are declared with the static keywords in a class, but outside a class or the method or the block. So whenever we are using this one, so these are blocked or these are the criteria that is used within the block. And static variables are rarely used other than being declared, other than being used as constraints or constant. And the constraints are a variable that are declared as a public or the private, final or the static. Then constraint variables are never changed from their initial value. So these never change from their initial value from their original data. Now, since the static variables are used, since the static variables are created when the program started, when the program was declared, and destroyed when the program stops. And when we say about the visibility, that is similar to the instance variable. However, with the most of the visibility, most of the static variables that are declared, they are declared public, since they must be available for the users of the class. So they must be available for the users of the class. And the default values are same as the instance variables. For number, the default value is 0. For booleans, it is false for the object reference. And the default values are same as the instance variable. For number, the default value is 0. For boolean, it is false. For object reference, it is null. And the values can be assigned during the declaration or within the constructor. And additionally, the values can be assigned in a special static initializer blocks that can be used with the class name, that is the class name and the variable name. And so when declaring the class variable as a public static final, these variables names are in the uppercase letters. So these static variables are not public. And finally, the syntax is same as the instance is the local variable. This is import java.input output, public class employee, private static double salary, then public static final string department equals to development, then public static void main string args, salary equals to 1000, then system.out.println department plus average salary plus salary. That means this is given as a department, then average salary plus salary. This will produce the output as a development average salary is 1000. And if all the variables are in the access from outside the class, then the constant should be accessed as employee department. Now, what is the next? That is a Java modifier types. What is a Java modifier type that will be used to modify the content? That is visible to the package, that is the default. No modifiers are needed. And visible to the class only, that is the private. Visible to the world, that is the public. Then protected. So there are three types of Java access modifiers. One is the public, private, and the protected. And the default access modifier is the no keyword that is used. So we do not explicitly declare an access modifier for a class, field, method, etc. And the variable or the method declared without any access control modifier is available to any other class in the same package in the same program. And the fields in interface are implicitly public, static, final, and the methods in interface are by default public. Variables and the methods can be declared without any modifiers. In the following example, this is given string version 1.1.1 boolean process order return true. Then method, variable, and constructor that are declared private can only be accessed with the declared class itself. And these modifiers are the most restrictive access level, and these cannot be private. We cannot declare as a private. So there are three types of modifiers. One is a public, one is a private, one is a protected. And when we say about private, that is the one of the method we cannot get, or we cannot make the access to that private class, that private access modifiers. Then public, so we are trying to access in a different package. This is public to everyone. And because of the class inheritance, all the public methods and the variable of a class are inherited by the subclasses. So this is the main function that is used. So public static void main string arguments. And the main function of the application has to be public, otherwise it could be run by the Java interpreter. Next is a protected. So these are the protected in a superclass that can be accessed only through the subclasses within the package, within the protected subclass, within the protected modifiers that is applied to the various classes, various interfaces, declaration, method, protected that would be declared within that methods. However, methods and the field in an interface cannot be declared as a protected. And when we say about the protected access, that gives the class or subclass a chance to use the helper method or the variable while protecting a non-related class from trying to use it. So that is used with the protected access method control to allow the child class override open speaker methods that will be used. Then what is the non-access modifier? What is the access control? What is the inheritance that is used within this one? So these are the various inheritance. These are the various protected that is used within the class, that is used within the data. The next is the non-access modifier that is used within the access modifier, that is the public, private, or the protected. Then access control modifiers, these are the same non-access modifiers. Next one is the Java basic operators. What are the various Java basic operators? Now, till now, any doubts, anyone? So next chapter is chapter number 8, that is a Java basic operator. That means what are the various basic Java operators, or how we can use a basic Java operator that is used to manipulate the variable. These operators are used to manipulate the variable, to use the, or how to use the variable. And we can divide all the Java operators into the following groups. One is arithmetic operators, one is a relational operators, one is a bitwise operators, one is a logical operators. So one is arithmetic, relational, bitwise, logical, assignment, and the miscellaneous operator. So these are the basic few, we can say, the Java basic operator that can be used to manipulate the variable. So one is arithmetic, one is a relational, one is a bitwise, one is a logical, one is a assignment, one is a miscellaneous. So these are the, we can say, the basic operator that we are going to use, that is used in the Java programming, that I'm going to start within the next class, that is in the tomorrow's class. Alright, so any doubts, anyone within the today's class, anything that you want to ask, anything, any clarification that you want to do? Alright, so the next session is chapter number 8, Java basic operator, that I'm going to continue within the next class, that is in the tomorrow's class. Alright, I'm repeating again, any doubts, anyone? What about the assignments? Have you submitted the assignment?